Hi everybody. In this video, I'm going to share with you what I did to stop an anxiety attack, prevent it from just like really coming into full force. This is my tip number 3, and I'll share how I did it. Hopefully you'll hang around for that. But first and foremost, I'd like for you to please acknowledge yourself. Thank yourself, or have gratitude about yourself, have joy, or however you want to phrase it, but acknowledge that by you taking action, watching a video, reading materials, these are small, like little positive, proactive measures that you're doing for yourself, and that you should feel good about, right? When we have anxiety, depression, and panic attacks, we have a tendency to look at a lot of things as negative, and anything positive, it gets in our system, and we keep doing this, it accumulates. So part of the process is acknowledging positivity. So I think it's awesome that you're watching this, so please receive that and embrace it. I want to share with you, as I started out by saying, something that I learned over the years and actually started out in therapy when it came to stop an anxiety attack from occurring when I felt it kind of coming along. And this is kind of really bizarre. And that is, acknowledge the anxiety itself. You would say, like, what? Why would we acknowledge it? Don't we want to like ignore it? Don't we want to say, hey, you're not there? Well, for me, and not all techniques apply to everybody, for me, that almost caused more anxiety. Think about it. You wake up in the morning, you pray, which is what I did. You did prayers, you did meditation, you did writing assignments, you read, you watch videos. At the time that I really had, there was a lot of videos out there. And then all of a sudden, I'd have, in the middle of the day, I'd have like this anxiety attack, or I'd have lots of anxiety, and I almost felt like a loser. Like, wow, I went through all of this, effort, and anxiety still prevailed. And the therapist told me one time, kind of early on actually, he says, look, don't ignore it. I mean, acknowledge it, but you don't have to give into it. Now, I really didn't understand that until I tried this. I was on the road to, I think, Monterey, California. It was like a long distance drive. And I remember the feeling started to come up because, in our particular state, we developed phobias. I had elevators, I had driving, flying, agoraphobia. I just had a bunch of phobias. And so I'm starting to have this phobia while I'm driving. And I remember just saying to myself, trying to remember everything I learned. And I remember saying to the anxiety, you know what? I know you're there. I know you're there, so what? And just for the first time, I had like this little feeling of, hey, this kind of actually has been reduced, that the anxiety actually has been diffused a little bit. And it was almost like separating the anxiety out to self. And that was like a huge kind of breakthrough for me, because over time, that acknowledgement, like, hey, I know you're there, I'm just not going to give in to you at this time, or I just can't deal with it, I can't give you the power. Over time, that got stronger and stronger. And that was a win, a little positivity that I wanted to share with you. Because if we ignore it, sometimes it's still kind of lingering around, right? If we're not getting like intense therapy daily, and if we're not on medication or on medication, sometimes if we ignore it, it's still there, we haven't dealt with it, it could just make us feel really uncomfortable. So tip number 3, acknowledge it, know you're there, practice at not giving into it, and maybe you'll find that the power has been reduced. You've kind of diffused it a little bit. So do me a favor, if you want to join our community, I've got a free ebook for you, 7 ways to get rid of your anxiety, 7 reasons why you have it. All it takes is just joining us with your email, and we'll just share and go on this journey together on how to overcome anxiety, depression, and panic attacks. It's definitely winnable treatable, and you can have just like a great life like I have, and I can share about that in future videos. So click the link below. Hope to see you on the other side or sometime soon. Praise and be good to yourself. Acknowledge yourself today.